Did you watch the president's address last night?
I watched part of it.
Your impression?
I think it was more of a statement about what his accomplishments were rather than sort of a reassurance to the American public about where we are today.
Did he provide an adequate explanation of the circumstances of the last week, to your belief?
I don't think so.
What's missing?
Well, you know, I've known Joe Biden for 40 years, and I commend him and respect him for the 50 years that he gave in service to our country. But I think he tarred that reputation and that career over the past year by refusing to let go of power. And, you know, one of the things that a lot of Americans blame Donald Trump for is the January 6th event, which...
All right, so for whoever's still thinking about voting for RFK or even making RFK a factor or anything to talk about, RFK is not for the people. I mean, he's not for nobody. I think he's just in a race to try to throw off the Democratic numbers. He just had an interview. He was asked about Joe Biden. He said that Joe Biden tarnished his image or tarred his image for not stepping out and not passing the torch on, basically. But then when he was asked about Trump in January 6th, he decided that he wanted to kind of circle that question and not really give a direct answer. And the answer that he gave when he did give an answer was just not a good answer. So I say this again, RFK, nobody's talking about him. I know they want to make him popular or whatever, some people, and some people just don't think he's a threat, but RFK needs to get out of the race. RFK is only in the race to try to throw off Biden supporters. For anybody, well, we're not going to say Biden supporters at this point, you know, Kamala supporters. Because Kamala, like, you know, she pretty much carried the whole Biden ticket now at this point. You know, Biden stepped down. She's going to be the nominee. No one's going to challenge her. And RFK just only on the race just to throw things off. Now that Joe Biden is out of the race, and now that people don't feel like it's the lesser two evils against two old guys or whatever, RFK need to get out of the race. And if anybody think about voting for RFK, it needs to stop. The dude is a joke. Just because he's a Kennedy don't mean nothing. That dude is a joke. And I'm going to keep on talking about him every time I see him do an interview. RFK is a joke. He need to get out of the race. As simple as that. Do not fall for the RFK crap.
Which suggested that he was unwilling to let go of power. And let me just finish what I'm saying. You know, one of the most important events in the history of our country was George Washington's decision to resign after the second term. So I think part of our traditions is that our leaders relinquish power, and that they do that graciously. And no, I don't think that President Trump did that graciously, and I don't think President Biden did either.